Hey everyone, it's Devi and welcome back to Digital Math Mutt. I hope that you and your family are safe and thank you for watching these videos. It means a lot to us and we're doing the best we can to give you these videos and help you guys with math in general. So without further ado, let's go to area and perimeter. First, we're going to define perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around a shape. To find the perimeter, we have to find the sum of the sides of each shape. So here's an example. What is the perimeter of this triangle? To find the perimeter, we have to add up all of the sides. So we have 7 plus 6 plus 3. When we add that up, we find that the perimeter of the triangle is 16. Now we're going to find the perimeter of a parallelogram. In this, the side lengths are 6 and 2. So, to find the perimeter, we add them all up. 6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 16. The perimeter of this parallelogram is 16. What is the perimeter of this irregular polygon? So even though it looks really wonky, we're going to do exactly what we were doing before and add up all of the sides. So here we go. We have 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4. There are so many sides, but when we add all that up, we find that the perimeter of this polygon is 27. What is the perimeter of this square? So one way to solve this is adding up all the sides like we were doing before. We have 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11, which equals to 44. But there is an easier way to do this. If we look a little closer, we realize that a square has 4 equal sides. So here's our example. And in our square, it has an equal side, 11. Each side is equal to 11. So here's our work from before, and we know that the perimeter is equal to 44. But another way to solve this is if we multiply the side length by 4. So 4 times 11 is equal to 44. That gives us a formula for the perimeter of a square. In that formula, it says perimeter is equal to 4a. A is the side length. What is the perimeter of this rectangle? So here's the rectangle, and we know that the side lengths are 7, 3, 7, 3. One way to do this is we just add it all up. 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 3 is equal to 20, which is the perimeter of this rectangle. But there is another way to solve this. When we look closer at a rectangle, we realize that opposite sides are equal. This basically means that in this rectangle, there are 2 sides that are equal to 7 and 2 sides that are equal to 3. We can rewrite the formula for perimeter as 2 times 7 plus 2 times 3, which is, 14 plus 6. When we add that up, we find that the perimeter is equal to 20. That gives us a formula for the perimeter of a rectangle. Perimeter is equal to 2a plus 2b. A and B equal length and width. Now that we're done talking about perimeter, we're going to move on to area. Area is a space found within a shape. Area is expressed in square units since we multiply the base and height to find the area of a shape. So we're going to look at this example. So here we have a 1 unit by 1 unit square. When we multiply it, we get 1 times 1, which is 1, but we get 1 square unit. So here's a rectangle and we're trying to find the area of it. We know that the base is 5 and that the height is 2. We can represent this as 5 columns of 2 units each or 2 rows of 5 units each. You can also say that this is a 5 by 2 rectangle. To find the area, we can multiply 5 times 2 and we find that the area is 10 square units. So here we have the area of a rectangle. Area is equal to L times W. L equals length and W equals width. To double check our work, we can always count the units inside. So here's my cursor. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 square units. The area of this rectangle is 10 square units. Now we're going to find the area of a square. In this example, each side is equal to 5 centimeters. To find the area of a square, we multiply 2 of the sides by each other. So we have 5 times 5 is equal to 25. But because each side in a square is equal to each other, that basically means that we're squaring one side. So we have 5 squared, or 5 to the power 2, is equal to 25. The area of the square is 25 centimeters squared. Now we're going to find the area of a triangle. So here we have a triangle with the height is 2 and the base is 5. If you remember before, in the area of a rectangle, we had a rectangle that had the base is 5 and the height is 2. This triangle is basically that rectangle cut in half. Here's the formula. area is equal to 1/2 base times height. This is because, like we said before, this triangle is 1/2 of a rectangle. When we plug in the values, we have 1/2 times 5 times 2 is equal to the area. When we solve for area, we find that 1/2 times 10 is equal to the area of this triangle. That means that this triangle's area is 5 square units. Sometimes the height of the triangle isn't as straightforward as other shapes, so we use the altitude of a triangle. The altitude is a line that makes a 90-degree angle with the base and goes to the highest point of the triangle. The altitude can be located outside of the triangle or inside of the triangle. Here's an example. In this, we have the base as 18 and the altitude, or the height, as 6. So let's plug in the values, and we have area is equal to 1/2 times 18 times 6. Let's simplify that further, and we have area is equal to 1/2 times 108. When we solve for the area, we find that the area is 54 units squared. Now we're going to look at parallelograms. So here's a parallelogram on your left, and when you look at it, what two shapes does it consist of? It consists of one rectangle and two triangles. So in the formula, you have area of a parallelogram is equal to length times height. Remember that the height of a parallelogram is the altitude, just like a triangle, not the side length. So in this case, we have area is equal to 6 times 3. That means that area is equal to 18 units squared. And that marks the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you noted everything down and it was easy to follow. If you have any questions about this video or any other math or ELA video, just email us and we'll get to you as soon as possible. And I hope you have a great day. Bye!